Banter fam, it's nearly Christmas, baby. Can we get a Christmas pump? Guys, it's nearly Christmas. It's been an insane 2024, and I wanted to be here with you guys today. I think the market is settling. I think it's getting ready for a squeeze, and I think it's going to be a very hated pump that's going to come out of nowhere. That's going to basically shut all them bears up, right? I don't like looking around and how everyone turns bearish very quickly. Whenever I see these emotions, this is where I pay attention, and we have to be a little bit of patience. But the market is settling down. Now, the market always settles before it makes a big move, right? And that's the important thing to understand. We're seeing the right emotions now. We're seeing people being doubtful, right? We're seeing a little bit of the anger. Some people took some losses, right? We're seeing the right emotions when the market gets ready to pop. Remember, any time or every time we have seen a pump, just before that was a little bit of a depressing sideward stage. So I think that the pump is going to start very soon, and I think there's a very strong short squeeze incoming. Plus, the last three Christmases, right? That was 4 years ago, 2020, the 2016 run as well. Christmas was literally moments away from the tops of the actual Bitcoin dominance. You know why I'm not bearish right now? It's because the dominance is not on the floor, baby. Okay, the only times we got to the top of these cycles was when the Bitcoin dominance was at the floor and then Bitcoin rejected a strong level. Bitcoin dominance is still sitting close to 60%. We haven't even had the altcoin run. Okay, that's why for me, this is not the top of the bull market. This is not bear market now. Okay, I think we're going to be very shocked how quick the alts recover. So the main thing now is we want to get our damn buys, get our positions in, and go enjoy your damn Christmas. Okay, when we're done with our Christmas, we come back to positions that are going to be sitting in some nice green positions. We are the ones focused now, okay, and I want you to have some good rest over the next couple of days, but I want us to come back to a lot of money in our damn pockets. We are smarter now. We have been through two nice dumps. We have been through a mega pump. We are prepared for this damn bull cycle, okay? So heads up, we got a long journey to go, and I'm so excited to be with you guys today. And again, if I don't get to say it at the end of the show, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being part of the dreams. Thank you for everything. And I promise you guys, I'm going to fight this damn bull market with you every single day. That's a promise from me. Okay, no more wasting time. Maddie, where do I find our things have changed here? Let me find, where's our intro video? Okay, I got it. No more wasting time. Let's go, man, fam.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like sniper. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
The fam, Brandon's channel, hit the subscribe button. Guys, like it up. You ain't gonna quit, right? We're gonna still have a phenomenal bull market. Like it up. I want you to be positive on the damn. It's not even red anymore. The markets are settling. It's a little bit better, right? It's not so like that came out of nowhere. But a lot of good lessons. You know, I was actually speaking yesterday to Club. We jumped on a Sunday stream yesterday, which was amazing. And I was like, we actually nailed it beautifully this cycle, right? Except the second dip. And that taught me a lot as well. We were bearish at the right time, okay? And we took profits at the right time. We maybe just went in a little bit too aggressively. And that was a big lesson for me. Now, again, I still think our positions are phenomenal for the bull market, right? And any ones that we're getting now, and I'm going to show you guys, if you still got some cash now, just keep these altcoins alert, right? Because I was realizing that Injective, just to go back to where it was, is 70% away. Okay, so I don't know if you see that just where it was 2 weeks ago is 70% just back there. That's opportunity, baby. So if there wasn't a dump, where the hell do you get opportunities, right? Just to get back to where 70%, that's massive. So it's taught me that dumps are opportunities, right? Maybe I was just sitting on cash for 2 weeks and I was self-destructing because I was being a bear for a little while, okay? And maybe just got a little bit too excited. So always have some cash. That's one big thing that's been a massive lesson for me over here. Do I think bull market's over? Do I think no? I think you're crazy to think it's over now. And I think those who are meant to get flushed out are going to get flushed out of the market. And I think the market's going to absorb and turn around very quickly. And I think it's going to all be gone. Okay, so heads up and take lessons from this now. I think we are prepared for the journey of our lives. I think we're prepared for a mega bull market. And I think we've got some experience now, especially if you've been new. You've been through a dump now. You've been through a pump. You've seen it a bit. Your emotions are roaring, right? Now we are ready for the next mega move. Now we're ready to get our heads in the game, stay strong, and let's hit it again. Okay, we never quit. We only learn, and we go again. And there's one incredible story. Girl named Vicky sitting inside a club. Got smacked, okay? And her account went down to $17. She's now sitting on $3,000, and it's a couple weeks later. So I don't care if you went down to $10 or you've taken losses over here. How fast you can turn it around is incredible. And we have hundreds of these stories. It is possible by far. This market can knock you, but if you don't quit, you learn and you go again, I don't care where you're at with your account. Stop worrying about losses. Remember, in crypto, you have the choice to pay for your lessons. If you never learned everything just yet and you're putting $10,000 in and you get wrecked on $10,000, you just pay $10,000 to learn how to put a stop loss. So remember, in university, you got to pay this money, $2,000 to go do a course. In crypto, you choose how much you want to pay to learn. If you want to learn on $100, that's how much money you're going to use to learn, right? So that's the very important thing. But I don't care how many losses you've taken, how the hell do you get up and how do you get it back? That's the big question. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys, so a couple of things. Let's quickly look at the weekly close on Bitcoin. This is still the plan, and I'm still keeping this plan over here very much at the moment, that this was what I drew out weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. 2 to 3 weeks ago, this was still the plan for Bitcoin. So I'm still seeing, I think this whole thing with Powell and the whole thing came down. Cool, it is what it is. But I think Trump walking into those offices in January, I think the market's going to get so damn excited. I really see the market, ripping up pretty quickly. And we did get a little bit of an earlier dip off, but we did actually have a little bit of a game plan here. But this is still the plan, right? There's still the plan that at any moment now we start off a nice little Bitcoin rally, and then we start to obviously have the altcoins catch up. But the main thing to pay attention to here is obviously the weekly. Okay, if we look at the weekly here, that's where we're sitting on the weekly. Okay, so weekly has had a nice little rejection candle. Now it's important to see that, is this done? There's still some liquidity, possibly a little bit lower. Okay, but from here, do we start to make our way up? And the important thing here is it will make its way up a little bit slower, and then it will start the squeeze. Okay, so it'll take a little bit of time to get up to the top. Okay, but then the squeeze is where we really get going. And again, for Bitcoin to stop, this was a trap for me. 108,000 wasn't a big resistance. Okay, it was just that slow climb up. And another thing that was also important to realize, when Bitcoin goes up slowly, we must just be careful. Okay, it needs to go. It mustn't go up like this. So that's another lesson in the future as well. If we see Bitcoin going up slowly like this, hey, be careful, right? Tighten those stop losses. It needs to start ejecting. But nonetheless, this for me was a nice little trap out of the market, caught everyone off guard. And for me, still the 120, 130 is the major areas. But let's speak about the more important thing, altcoins, right? Guys, this is very interesting. If we go look here, this dominance is still up, right? We haven't even had the alt pump. We haven't had the alt season. We haven't had anything like that just yet. Okay, so that when we end a bull market is when the altcoins have pumped. That's when we end a bull market. We don't end it halfway when the dominance is still up. Okay, never in the history of bull markets that we've had for the last 3-4 cycles do we end like this. First, what you have is you have a massive sell-off into altcoins. That's when you know Bitcoin's top is nearly in, right? The moment that you see the Bitcoin dominance collapse, guys, we are getting near the second phase and the end phase of the bull cycle, which is basically, okay, Bitcoin's at a place now, it's going to range, okay, and we're going to send all the money to altcoins. Once Bitcoin is oversold, ETH is oversold, altcoins are oversold, DJ and altcoins are oversold, then the bull market ends. Okay, until then, we have not seen that distribution just yet. Okay, so what that means is that altcoin mega catch-up is still huge. And do not forget how beautiful these 2 red candles to the downside was, right? Your altcoins ripped, baby. What XRP did 5x? How many coins did we see do 3 to 5x's in that little 2 candle down over there? Now, what does this do? Okay, and what does this do? What about that? Right? We are not anywhere there. We haven't even seen that yet. But I got a feeling we're about to. I think at any moment we're gonna. So the last 3 Christmases, one we're at right now, the one before that, and that. Look how close from Christmas. Look how the beginning of Jan. Brrr. Look here. Same thing. Brrr. Okay, so before the main events even come, you cannot quit or even be bearish right now. I think the opportunities you are seeing on the coins right now are big opportunities. And I think you have a choice of taking advantage of them or not, or sitting there saying, oh, I lost money. I think there's big opportunities for you right now. We haven't even seen the distribution. And I think that having a 40% discount before a main event is huge, right? If you really, really wanted to buy something and now you go look and it's 40% cheaper, what the hell are you hesitating about, right? What can you get in order to do that? Because again, injective back 70%, I'm loading up on positions, and it's not as much money as what I was loaded in, guys. I'm still in a lot of money in this market, but that little bit of money that I got left, I'm doing something with these specials, because by the time they get recovered, that money that I put in is going to be worth more. So at least by the time everything has recovered, I'm actually in the money versus waiting for my money to come back to me and waiting to get out of a loss, right? And a lot of us I know are not in losses right now. We've got great buys. But that's the important thing to treat this. So we are at a very special stage here when it comes to the dominance, and a very exciting stage as well. And this dominance, I do think, is going to go down to the 30s. Every cycle, we've gone a little bit lower, right? And it looks like this 37 is a nice bottom here. But from here to the 30s, then we are near the end of the bull market. So I still think Q3 next year, we're done. Okay, and I think we need to be very smart by them and very rich. That's the goal. Okay, next thing over here as well, just to quickly show you guys what I think is going to happen within the altcoins. So this is what my altcoin plans are. Altcoins got a little bit hit hard. Okay, but this is my thoughts at the moment with altcoins. So altcoins came down and hit a really key support area. It's a great support area. It hit the support on the left here, okay, and this box over here, and it's the main 618. So also very near a temporary low for me over here. But this is how I think they're going to respond in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I think in this week now, we're going to speak about the next 24 hours because I think the market's going to get volatile. Okay, but this is what the recovery looks like for me over the next 2 to 3 weeks. I do see that if this temporary bottoms in right now, okay, the only time that this could change is in the next 24 to 48 hours for me. Can you see me? Am I there now? Okay, it's the next 24 to 48 hours for me. If they want to come down one more time, I'll speak about that now. But then I see a massive buy up, and I see the first candle only getting about 30% recovery. Okay, so not fully there just yet. And this is 7 days to 10 days from now. Then the week after, I see another green candle that gets us to the highs, and then after that, I see the squeeze. So I see this getting absorbed over 2 to 3 weeks, and then I see a massive run. Again, all your opportunities from here to here, you're sitting 40% in gains for taking advantage of what you are seeing right now over here, right? So this is the total 3 and my main plan on the total 3. You go to things like Solana, right? And you go look at Sol. This is the weekly chart on Sol. I don't know why my thing's lagging, but there we go. Okay, look at that. Back at the highs from where the elections happened. There's the break, there's the retest, here's an opportunity. Plus, if you go look at the major fibs, you could see how we hit these big 618s. Look where we hit, exactly 618s. Okay, these are very, very vital, important areas. And I want to show you how important they are, because if you look at the last pump that happened over here, and you mark that up as well, look at what we held for so long on Solana. 618, 618, 618, right? After that, what did you see? You saw a leg up. Now we're on 618 again. It's not the time to be bearish. It's the time to see what the hell you can do, okay? And look for opportunities. Your same thing like your phantoms. Your phantoms are back at 618 over here. Haven't reversed, haven't lost big trends. There's the big trends. Cannot just flip like this. I got to stay focused and got to stay positive over there. So a lot of these alts, look at the Dogecoin, hit the 618. Look at things like Thorchain. This is crazy. Hit 618. From the bottom here, cheap. Can't believe it's this cheap, actually. One of the biggest opportunities for me still. 618, okay? So you could see that the big levels we hit, strong levels. And going forward again, we now know that all that the 618 is telling us is that it pulled back 60% of what it pumped. So whenever your coin has pumped 400%, just know that at some point it will have a 60% correction of that pump, okay? So another big lesson over there. Okay, guys, let's jump through the 2 scenarios here on Bitcoin at the moment. So here is the first one. We are breaking trend, which means you're seeing a bunch of trend breaks happen everywhere right now. Okay, but here is Bitcoin starting to break trend. And all that we're looking at on Bitcoin now is the first thing that's so important is we started to settle down, which is good. Okay, you want to see the market settle. And I think that was the previous problem. The previous problem was we dumped, we came, we dumped, we didn't settle too much and we went. And therefore you need settle. When things start to settle, that means we are getting done, right? Very similar to when we pumped and we settle and then the market starts to reverse. So the settling stage is very important to see. And we are seeing that on Bitcoin. Now, again, what I've taught you guys a few times is the W pattern, the dump, the fake pump. Now we're looking at a higher low or a double bottom. Okay. And from here, we start the rally back up again. In order to track that, you put a trend line in and you look at where we start breaking those trends. So what you're seeing right now in Bitcoin is breaking the 4-hour trend, which means there's a couple of trades that are available for you right now. Do you want your first one? Again, I'm going to stick to the great tokens. Keep eye out in Solana breakout. Keep an eye out, right? It's looking really good. If we look at a couple of other tokens that are near breakouts, look at Dogecoin, look at Thorchain. I'll go through them now, right? But this is creating opportunities for the day. Plus, from here, I'm looking at us go to the important area of the 102 to 103. So I think this pump is going to take us to those areas. The first scenario is this one. I need Bitcoin to pump up in the next couple of hours, then have a small retest and get going. Otherwise, there is the bearish scenario where we go down one more time, a little bit lower than where we went. So this little shakeout comes here. We go to 1991. Then the market starts to take off and starts to really rip off very quickly. So keep this in mind over here as well. Okay, that you're not going super high leverage if you're trading leverage, low leverage, spots right now. Focus on that. The time for leverage is when the market is trending again and moving. Look at the Bitcoin dominance. This thing is getting ready. There's the trend line. It's showing us very much that when this market wants to start moving, this dominance is going to start tanking at any point. Two scenarios here. One more push up for some strength and then a drop, or we start dropping very quickly. So your altcoins are looking coiled up. And why am I saying that? It's because do you see how Bitcoin has broken trend, right? Solana hasn't broken trend yet. ETH hasn't broken trend. They're right there, but they haven't broken yet. Okay, fast forward a couple of hours from now, and Bitcoin starts pushing a bit higher. What's going to happen? Solana's going to break trend. ETH's going to break trend. And what's that going to do to the dominance? Start dropping the dominance, right? Because the altcoins are going to start getting kicked in. So the pump always starts to Bitcoin, then gets pushed into the altcoins and starts moving next. Look at here on the total 3. This is my play on the total 3 over here. Now, what you're seeing here, guys, is you're going to see a short squeeze on the altcoins when they are ready. So if you look at the left-hand side here, you got these highs and you got this trend. The moment alts start breaking through this trend, you're going to start to see a start of a short squeeze. And if I take these blocks here, this is why this is important, because here is a short squeeze gap, which means that the alts are sitting flat right now into resistance. But the moment that resistance is gone, right, from here, you start a short squeeze. And that short squeeze is sitting 20% higher than where we are now. So it's indicating to us that when the alts are ready to get going now, I would say in the next 48 hours, can be any moment now, they're going to move very quickly. And these specials and entries that you have available now will not be here. Okay, you're going to be buying 20% higher. Right? And then we will decide when we get here, okay, are we still bullish? Are we still this? For now, I see up and I see a lot of opportunities to pay attention to. So you look at things like ETH came down and hit the 618 on that big drop. And now it has this nice trend line. There we go. ETH's also giving us a little sign. Keep eye on an ETH breakout. From here, ETH back to the 3738. Then we'll see where we're at. But that's good gains. That's already a nice opportunity of up to the 12%. And that's on ETH, bigger cap, right? Now let's go look at our Solanas and things like that. Sol, I would like to see. I would buy a little bit now if you want to open some more positions, okay? But I would keep a little bit of cash. I want to see a break of the 190 nicely, this high. And then that squeeze happens for me. I see Sol going to the 215, 220. Now, what's nice about this, guys, is you don't have to rush because you have two big trends ahead of you. This is where you want to start trades, right? You want to get something in the game. And then what you have later on is the big trend. That's why for me at any moment now, I do see the market shooting up here. Then I see it slowing down, and then I see the real breakouts incoming. So that means starting something over here, okay? And you can add or adjust some leverages when we get to these areas over here. The main goal is to get something in when Solana is sitting at a special from the tops of 29%. Same coin, same Ferrari, right? Same thing that you love. Okay, the next one that got very cheap as well is Phantom, and this one hasn't broken trend yet. So here's an opportunity for you today. Keep this trend line in on the 4-hour. You see what I'm doing? I wait for it to drop. Remember what I spoke about a falling knife, right? To catch a falling knife is pretty hard. What does that mean? When the markets are tanking. Because if you try to catch the knife, you can hurt yourself, right? But if you let it drop and you let it settle, now you look for the trade. You have way more control of it. So what does that mean? Allow it to drop, allow it to settle, track that piece, and when it breaks the trend and it breaks the momentum, that's where I'm getting in. That's where I'm paying attention to. So there is your Phantom one over there. Then we look at things like Dogecoin. Keep an eye out on Doge. Doge hit a very big 618, guys. Look at this. If you take from the bottom to the top, big 618. So where it hit was a very big zone for Doge, a very big bounce zone for Doge. There's the big bounce zone over there, right? Strong bounce zone for Doge over there. Now, the last thing that I'm looking for now is a higher low and a break of the trend. So keep this trend line in here, and then we go up to 40 cents again, right? And that's a good 25% away from where we are right now. Here's the two plays. So remember, until these alts are outside of that trend, there is still that second dip off. So here's the second scenario where we dip off back into this green box over here and we go up. I don't see us going much lower than the lows that we did make. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's why the trend line is the perfect trigger for you. There's the two scenarios over there. Guys, Injective, insane, right? Look at Injective. Back to the tops. I just want to show you this right now. Here's the early trends. You can see I have my first trends and I have my next trends. This gives me structure. Guys, when this market is sitting and dropping and going sideways, okay, I build my plan. I build my plan. I'm like, okay, sit, wait, settle. Okay, we're forming a trend. I can start trades here. The next trend there, I can go from a 3x to 5x on my leverages. Okay, next one, there's a short squeeze, I can build more. I'm building plans. I'm not sitting here and when the market going to go up again? You know, I'm building something and I'm preparing myself. But look at this from Injective. If this is not an opportunity, I don't understand what is. 66% back to the tops. Okay, not even bull market, not even like blow off top yet, it's not in anything. That's opportunity, right? So this dump created an opportunity here. So if we jump back in here and we zoom in again, there's the two trends. There's the two plays. Nonetheless, I see in the next 48 hours that we're breaking them on either scenario. One more dip off, break trend and go, or break trend now and go, right? This trend is in a great place and giving us a nice insight and structure. Chainlink has already broken out, one of the stronger tokens right now. Okay, one that's already breaking out at this point. Again, Chainlink to the top is also sitting a nice percent. This is actually a little bit more bullish, this token, to the rest of them. But that's a nice 33% back to the tops, right? 𝗕𝗢𝗓𝗡 is just insane. I'm keeping eyes here. I'm just dollar costing, being patient. But there's the first trend. There's the second one. And to the tops on 𝗕𝗢𝗓𝗡. Let's go look at the percentage here to the tops. From where we are right now, 76%. There's like opportunity everywhere. There is your Cardano over there as well. Guys, remember, just before I jump into more charts as well, a couple of sponsor shout outs. If you want to diversify into real world assets, which means you want to get into Coinbase, you want to get into NVIDIA, so you actually want to bank some profits in crypto and go more stock market routes on chain, MicroStrategy, you can use Swarm. So link below in the description, sign up with Swarm, and you can actually buy stuff outside of crypto, which is a good diverse. So next time you're making a bunch of money, go buy yourself some stocks, right? Amazing. The next thing as well, remember, guys, those who signed up with CoinW last week, all your stuff's getting paid today. Your bonuses on the Monday today. If you guys want for next Monday, go and open up an account, link below in the description. You get $50 for signing up with my link below. If you deposit $100, you get another $100. And if you take one trade, you get $200. Yes, $350 for you just signing up and depositing $100. Okay, incredible. So CoinW massive special, and I also have one on BitUnix here as well, where I'm going to be trading account here pretty soon. If you deposit, okay, so you sign up, you get $10 USDT. You deposit $50, you get $10. He has all the deposit amounts over here. So big shout out to BitUnix as well. One exchange that I'm starting to trade with a lot at the moment. And remember, last one here, just giving this now because this is the time, it's Christmas, right? It's time to spend our money and then be broke in January and then make it all back in leverage, right? If you buy for prop trade, Bitfunded, $79 and you pass 2 stages, you can trade at $5,000. If you buy 2 packages, you get 1 for free as well. So shout out to Bitfunded. It's a great way if you don't know leverage and you haven't started, you can actually only risk a certain amount of money. And if you get it right, you play with a lot more money. So it's better than losing your capital as you are learning. Okay, let's go through. Maddie, I want some community tokens, please, sir. Oh, another one, guys, that's looking really strong. Just keep an eye out for the breakout is Tezos. Massive bull flag forming here. Bouncing strong. Keep an eye out for the breakout. That will be the trigger point here. Tezos, XTZ, good one. I even saw GRT. I'm keeping an eye on this one for a short-term trend break. These are just a couple of trades. Okay, I don't plan on trading too much because it's Christmas. Here's also RSR, one that I called. I'm still holding. I just want to show you guys my positions. Let's go in here and show you guys where my position's at. I'm sitting at 660. On my way back up again, right? On my way back up, holding strong. Go back RSR. And another one here was also Polkadot. Keep an eye on Polkadot on the 618 right now. Okay, Maddie. I'm going to name my firstborn Sheldon. He's 10 now, but I'm sure. Oh. No, that's like changing your leverage mid-trade, bro. That's like going and changing your leverage from a 10x to a 20x mid-trade. Don't. I suppose you can do it responsibly. I appreciate it, but don't do that, sir. Don't do that, sir. Okay, let's go. Aptos went cheap, baby. The thing went under $10. Okay. Curve. This was Ran when Ran came on our show. Someone bought CRV. Okay. Super Farm. Yes. AVAX. Okay. Let's go. Okay, let's start off with Aptos. Okay, so let's go look at the high time frame where this thing came back down to. Okay, so the first thing is the weekly, right? You have a low and you have a top. So the first big thing is what big fib level did we go to? Okay, and as you can see right now on the 618. So as an investment, good entry. Something to hold for a long period, right? Plus you have resistance on the left over here. This is a good zone, okay? After this again, The first goal now is to get to the top trend. So once the market is settled now, we start to settle in the zone and we start to make our way up to this 13, 14. Once we get through there, then we start looking into the 20s. Okay, so for now, it's focused on investment, understanding that if you want to panic out right now, it's probably not the best time because a whale's going to come and just buy your coins at these levels. So yes, Aptos is in a really good support zone. Look at things like Curve. Okay, so Curve, let's go and do the same thing. Pop on a fib. Some coins are stronger than others right now. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so Curve did hit just above the 618. So where it bounced is a good zone. Okay, and it's looking good. Now let's zoom in and see if there's some trend lines here. There's a trend. Ah, it's not far. Not far. Okay, so for now, your best zones are buying between the 65 and the 70. But if it starts breaking the trend, you know what to do, right? Curve. Okay, Super Farm. Let's pop a trend in. You can see everything's hours away. It's not far from a breakout. Let's go high time frame on Super. Oh, so Super just turned all of this resistance into support. So it is at support. I don't think it's the best investment entry to hold for 3 years, but I think it's a good entry to hold for 3 to 6 months. Okay, and be patient on it. But I will sell this token in the bull just because of if you're buying it at these levels. There's the trend line over there of when it gets going. Okay, you want to think about targets and stuff like that. We'll speak about targets, but our next target, high time frame target, is $3 to $3.5. I think gaming is going to rip in December. I do. AVAX on 618. Best time to dollar cost and build a spot position here. 618, 60% down from the highs that it just made. So this is a token now, just back to the tops, is 50%. Huge. It's still far from the trend line, which means you don't have to rush to buy this token. You can buy it over a couple of days. When it breaks that trend, that's when you're very interested. Okay, so for now, you've got some time to accumulate, but it's a good token at a good level over there as well. Guys, I want to wish you an absolute Merry Christmas. I'll be back when? Friday. We're back doing a show on Friday. Get your damn buys in, okay, and just go enjoy your Christmas. We'll come back in Jan, and we're going to give it our absolute everything. We've got a big bull market ahead of us. I'm proud of all of you. Stay in the game. Don't quit. And we're going to have the best damn year of our lives. So I love you guys lots. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. I sit here very grateful. Much love, and I'll see you all on Friday. Goodbye.